In today's show, there is an enormous institutional wall of money that will push the Bitcoin price to $1 million, says macro guru Raoul Pal. That's right, the founder and CEO of Global Macro Investor, who has more than 50% of his capital in Bitcoin, is anticipating a wave of institutional funds to push the Bitcoin price to $1 million in the next 5 years. In this recent interview with Stansberry Research, he goes on to share, yeah, I think 1 million is about right. Just from what I know, from all the institutions and all the people I speak to, there's an enormous wall of money coming into this. And it's an enormous wall of money. Just the pipes aren't there to allow the people to do it yet, and that's coming, but it's on everybody's radar screen, and there's a lot of smart people working on it. I'll be breaking down the highlights for you right here in today's show. Also in today's episode, analyst says breaking this one level could send the Bitcoin price to $14,000 plus. That's right, this analyst by the name of Mac, who has over 40,000 followers here on Twitter, recently tweeted, if 11,600 gets flipped, I can see a clean $14,000 plus. Until then, I think we reject around 11,600 and dump lower. I'll be breaking down this analysis for you here in today's show. Also in today's episode, dollar dip meets hash rate boom. I'll be sharing with you 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market this week. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin and Ethereum back in the red, but where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash that link right below the video in the description. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and let's kick it off by diving into today's top story of the day. There is an enormous institutional wall of money that will push the Bitcoin price to $1 million, says macro guru Raoul Pal, the founder and CEO of Global Macro Investor, who has more than 50% of his capital in Bitcoin, is anticipating a wave of institutional funds to push the Bitcoin price to $1 million in the next 5 years. That's right. That means by 2025, he predicts a $1 million BTC price. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments below. In this new interview with Stansberry Research, which I'll include in the show notes below the video, in the description, the former hedge fund manager says that the world economy is moving from the hope phase to the insolvency phase, as investors realize that the economy is going to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic much slower than originally expected, as all engineered, right? Along with institutional adoption, he believes this narrative may create the perfect setup for a huge long-term Bitcoin bull cycle. So there you have it. He's extremely bullish on Bitcoin, as he should be. He goes on to share, there's no stimulus around, and we've got more problems to come in Europe, the US, and elsewhere, and businesses don't have enough cash flow. They're closing in droves, and that's what I call insolvency phase. Yeah, I think 1 million is about right. Just from what I know, from all the institutions and all the people I speak to, there's an enormous wall of money coming into this. It's an enormous wall of money. Just the pipes aren't there to allow the people to do it yet, and that's coming, but it's on everybody's radar screen, and there's a lot of smart people working on it. Though Pal considers himself a hybrid adopter of both gold and Bitcoin, he still says that he's considering selling his gold to buy more Bitcoin. Now, personally, I don't feel that would be such a bad idea, especially considering Bitcoin has way more upside potential than the precious metal. Also consider Bitcoin is a better version of gold than gold itself. As the Winklevoss twins once said, Raoul Pal goes on to share, when you get to the macro opportunity, when it's all happening and Bitcoin starts breaking out of these patterns that it's been forming, it is going to massively outperform gold. I am 100% sure of that. So in which case, why would I have a gold allocation? That's the $1 million question. I agree 100%, as I'm all in with the king of all crypto. And as I mentioned, Bitcoin is just superior to gold in every facet of the way by a matter of 10x or more. I personally feel that. And let's not forget that the stock to flow model predicts a $100,000 Bitcoin price by the end of next year. So it may not take 5 years, but what if it did? It would still probably appreciate way faster than gold. And that's why he's pointing out that Bitcoin is just a much better performing asset versus the precious metal. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments right down below. And before I break down our next story of the day, analyst says breaking this one level could send the Bitcoin price to $14,000 plus. And we all know that last year's high was 14,000. So if we can break that resistance, that would send the Bitcoin price likely to a new all-time high. But before I break this down, let's first take a look at the overall crypto market. We can see Bitcoin down about 0.5% for the day, trading at about $11,255. We have Ethereum down 1%, trading at $368. Link is up 4.5%, trading at $11. BNB is up a whopping 7%, now trading above $30. We have EOS down 1%, Cardano down 2%, trading at 10.4 cents, and Miss Litecoin up 0.7%, trading just above $50. All right, now for our next story of the day. Bitcoin and the entire crypto market have been caught in the throes of a consolidation phase in the time following Bitcoin's surge from 10,600 to 11,400. This move was significant and seemed to indicate a trend reversal working in favor of the buyers. Bitcoin's momentum has slowed down, but this may mark the bulls' attempt to garner enough support to spark a continuation of this uptrend. One analyst is now noting that a move past 14,000 could be imminent in the near term if the crypto could surmount 11,600. Now, Bitcoin has remained strong despite the bears' attempting to thwart its uptrend. It's currently trading up nearly $1,000 from where it was just over a week ago. This strength may extend further as its ongoing consolidation phase does appear to be shifting the crypto's trend and positioning it for further upside. And despite Bitcoin slowing momentum as it hovers around $11,250, one analyst believes that it's on the cusp of potentially seeing significantly further gains in the days and weeks ahead. He notes it all depends on how Bitcoin reacts to the 11,600 level, a key near-term resistance to observe. Checking out his tweet right here coming from Mac and BTC. Bitcoin, if 11,600 gets flipped, I can see a clean $14,000 plus. Until then, I think we reject at around 11,600 and dump lower. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this analyst. And because this level sits less than 2% above where Bitcoin is currently trading, a test of it could be right around the corner. That's right. Hopefully it happens today. I'd love to see Bitcoin continue to break out. Now let's check out this recent tweet from Plan B, the creator of the stock to flow model, who wrote Bitcoin Relative Strength Index, better known as the RSI, is back above 60. And we all know this is a very bullish indicator for Bitcoin, which is pretty cool. And stock to flow predicts a $288,000 Bitcoin price medium average by the year 2024. Let me know if you agree with the bullish price predictions of the stock to flow or disagree. And also, do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to crush $100,000 by the end of next year as the stock to flow model predicts? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now checking out a recent tweet from Max Kaiser, who wrote Bitcoin price still range bound as the market transitions from mostly fake volume on dodgy exchanges like BitMEX to real volume on credible exchanges. Bitcoin demand is rising sharply, but the overhang of fake volume means sideways price discovery. So there you have it. And I agree with Max Kaiser. I would not be surprised if sideways ranging continues as the market continues to find its equilibrium. And Bitcoin Tina responded to Max, Bitcoin are being vacuumed up every day in the market by smart hodlers. Stupid traders will play games and lose their position. At some point, we can expect a huge multi-month move, which will be measured by multiples, not percentage. Think numbers like 5 to 10x plus. Touche. And Anthony responded, thus far, Bitcoin has performed very well in 2020. However, I understand your perspective. Macro uncertainties and whale manipulations can be catalysts for short-term downward trend. Outlook for 2021 is incredibly bullish once the decoupling occurs. Cheers. All right, and before I break down our next story of the day, dollar dip meets hash rate boom, and I share with you 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market this week. Let's first take a look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at $357 billion with $75 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and current BTC dominance is 58.4% according to CoinMarketCap. Now checking out the top gainers within the top 100, we have Algorand up 8%, trading at 35 cents, Ren up 8%, trading at 36 cents, Cybervein up 7%, trading at 12.4 cents. Binance Coin up 6.4%, trading above $30. bucks. BAM Protocol, the competitor of Chainlink, up 5%, trading at $6.90. And Engine Coin up about 5%, trading at 17 cents. Go ENJ. I'm very bullish on this particular altcoin. And now checking out some of the biggest losers within the top 100 in the past 24 hours. We have Arweave down about 8%, trading at $4.67. VeChain down 7%, trading at 1.1 cent. We have PumaPay down 6%, trading at 0.0003. YFI, Yearn.finance, down 6%, now trading below 16,000. And Theta down 5%, trading at 32 cents. Now, out of this list of the biggest gainers and losers, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on right now? Drop me a comment right down below. And now checking out the BitMEX margins, we can see the bears are in control, leading by about 9 million in superiority in the last 24 hours, with shorts barely leading with 50.3% versus 49.6% longs. Are you currently bullish or bearish on the king of all crypto? Holla at your boy. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 52 neutral. Yesterday was a 55 in greed. Last week a 42 in fear, and last month a 41 in fear. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD, buy that freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for correction. All right, and before I share with you these 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market this week, first I want to encourage you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description. That's right, for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 550 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button right below this video. Help support the channel. And if you're tuning in or listening on a different platform, the direct YouTube link is cryptonewsalerts.net. You can also follow us on all the major podcast and platforms, from Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes. The links are right here in the description. You can also follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is cryptonewsyes. And for those of you active on Facebook, I do have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy, with over 17,000 cryptopreneurs from all over the world, just like yourself. To become a part of it, simply click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, as I am, I do have a private crypto Telegram chat. To join it, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's break down our final story of the day. Bitcoin starts the week above 11,000 as fresh gains continue to hold. Is 12,000 next, or will the bears gain control? Cointelegraph takes 5 factors that would help decide whether this week is bullish or bearish for the Bitcoin price action. My prediction is bullish, but what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below, and let's break it down, shall we? Factor number 1, the US election could send the dollar back to 2018. Bitcoin remains sensitive to macro phenomena as Q4 continues, and the US election run-up could produce noticeable turbulence. The outcome of a Democratic win would look bleak for one macro indicator in particular, the US dollar currency index, known as the DXY. Analysts say in a report on October 12th, quoted by Bloomberg, Goldman Sachs warns that Joe Biden entering the White House could spook markets in advance, driving the dollar down to its lows from 2018. Now, Bitcoin has historically seen strong inverse correlation with the dollar, and fresh lows could thus be a boon for hodlers. In August, 12,500 highs for Bitcoin came in tandem with the dollar dipping to just above 92 points. 2018 saw a dive to 89, which is 4% lower than at present. And the next factor to be on the lookout for this week for Bitcoin is Europe battles Brexit and the coronavirus. Regarding COVID, fresh restrictions coming in across Europe are set to produce more economic concerns. With the second wave seemingly firmly underway, various countries are seeking to enact repeat lockdown-style measures this week. Amid the turmoil, last-minute Brexit negotiations are adding to the headache for the United Kingdom, with the deadline for reaching some form of consensus on exiting the European Union now just days away. In the U.S., politicians have still failed to agree on a new stimulus package, which Americans are eagerly anticipating after the Treasury Secretary confirmed the issuance of a second $1,200 stimulus check. Now, despite the gloom, stocks are up, artificially inflated, might I add, with the S&P 500 futures gaining 0.25% prior to the open on Monday. Leading the way is China, where a weakening yuan and investors hoping that an upcoming speech from President Xi Jinping will serve to entice more foreign investment, as we can see from SKU Analytics showing Bitcoin versus the S&P 500. Next up, we have the hash rate high leading the Bitcoin fundamentals. That's right, not so gloomy our Bitcoin network fundamentals this week. Depending on the metric used, the hash rate hit a new all-time high over the weekend, suggesting that more computing power than ever is being dedicated to mining, which is more bullish news. According to the data from monitoring resource BitInfo Charts and Blockchain, the hash rate hit 155 exahashes per second. 130 exahashes per second marked a tenfold increase versus when Bitcoin hit its record highs of 20,000 back in December of 2017. Hash rate is difficult to measure precisely, and different tools produce different results, but the trajectory is quite clear. Bitcoin miners are bullish, and that's all we need to know. And next up, sentiment consolidates. That's right, investor sentiment is slowly firming up when it comes to Bitcoin, according to the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. On Monday, the index was at 52, having passed the 50 mark for the first time since September 21st over the weekend. That puts investor sentiment in neutral territory, a relief compared to the extreme greed of August and the fear that followed. The index aims to show when a market sell-off is due. Typically, the closer the score gets to the top of its scale from 0 to 100, volatility, market momentum, and volume make up half of the weighted basket of factors which produce the score. And for the final thing to be on the lookout for this week with Bitcoin is we're going much higher. And lastly, despite few expecting its sudden push above 11,000, Bitcoin pundits are betting on further gains. As noted by market analysts amongst others, the area around 11,000 previously formed a key area to break, with 10,800 acting as a pivot point, which could propel the market higher once reclaimed. This came despite a mixed bag of news, which included the arrest of senior executives at derivatives giant BitMEX. We're talking about Arthur Hayes. We're going much higher. You have been warned. Researcher VJ tweeted on Sunday, and meanwhile, a survey from Cointelegraph Markets' Michael Van de Poppe saw over 60% of 4,000 respondents bet on 12,000 appearing before 10,700 below the pivotal level. Checking out this poll from Crypto Michael right here on Crypto Twitter. What's next? Bitcoin, 12,000 or 10,700? And of course, I got to cast my vote 12,000 all day. And as you can see, the results are currently 61.6% bullish and 38.4% bearish. Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And now for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. An enormous institutional wall of money will push the Bitcoin price to $1 million, says macro guru Raoul Pal, and he says it will happen within the next 5 years. He reveals that in this interview, and you can find it in the show notes below the video and check it out and listen for yourself. Also in today's episode, I shared with you this analyst says breaking this one level could send the Bitcoin price to $14,000 plus, as he wrote right here. If 11,600 gets flipped, I can see a clean 14,000 plus. Until then, I think we reject around 11,600 and dump lower. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this analyst. I also shared the latest with you from Plan B, who noted the relative strength index is back above 60, which is definitely a bullish sign. I shared with you one of the most recent tweets from Max Kaiser, where he wrote Bitcoin demand is rising sharply, but the overhang of fake volume means sideways price discovery. So don't be shocked or surprised if the price continues ranging. Also in today's show, I shared with you 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market this week. So where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go from here? Drop me a comment right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in, journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And real quick, before I go, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash that link right below the video in the description and register for this free system entitled OPM Wealth. You'll be glad you did, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.